Hey, what's going on, YouTubers, gamers, and fellow hobbyists? Now, this is another episode of There Is Only Warhammer, and this is another faction focus. I've got to do this, especially because it's Tyranids, baby. Tyranids. Now, I look tired. I guess I am tired. I've been up and down the hospital a couple of times today. Just sorting stuff out, real life stuff, and man, I'm shattered, but I really want to get this done. Really want to get this done because this is Tyranids and it's a faction focus. So you all know the score. This is about the updates coming out of GW right now, and I'm not going to bother talking about Reese or Frankie or anyone else because you've all heard it. It's all going to be the same bit, that first bit. So I'm going to start with the bit that Reese says about Tyranids. And he says, Tyranids have been a part of the fabric of the Warhammer 40,000 universe for decades. For me, I loved them from the first time I saw a Gene Stealer model many moons ago, and that would almost mirror my own thoughts. I mean, as soon as I saw Tyranids, I was in love. They are my favourite faction, bar none. Reading the fantastic stories about them in the books and imagining the overwhelming power they brought to bear was incredible and really brought them to life for me. They scour entire galaxies of life, absorbing it all and using it to create even more and deadlier Tyranid bioweapons. The terror they inspire is primal. The fear of being eaten, which it should be. When I read the Tyranid Codex, was it the 6th edition one, whatever the last one was, it was scary. It was really scary stuff. It was like, whoa, these dudes should be the most feared monsters ever. Here we go. On the tabletop, Tyranids have had their ups and downs, haven't they just? The most recent iteration has struggled to keep pace with some of the more powerful armies. Well, I've got to say it, no shit, Sherlock. And for many Tyranids players, the winged hive tyrant with the dual devourers has been the unit carrying all the weight of the faction on his back. Its wings must be pretty tired. I'm here to tell you that all that changes in a new edition. Yeah, the Flyrant or with twin link devourers. I mean, yeah, it was the only way. Well, it was the only decent, isn't it? Wasn't it? Anybody in it. Yeah, I'd be remiss if I didn't start out with my all-time favourite Tyranid unit, the Swarmlord. Yes, and mine's over there. He is an absolute beast now. Yes, as he should be, with a toughness value of 6. 12 wounds, a 3+ save and a 5+ invulnerable save. Increased to a 4+ invulnerable save in melee. He is not easily taken down. This can be further enhanced by casting Catalyst on him. And did I mention he's a potent Psyker too, to give him a 5+ save versus wounds suffered. The Swarmlord. Hey, got his stats there. Look, I will read them out for you anyway. But 15 power. Okay. Name, the Swarmlord. Right, movement. His rate of movement is, if he's got between 7 and 12 plus wounds, it's 9 inches. If he's got between 4 and 6 wounds, it's 7 inches. And if he's got between 1 and 3 wounds, it's 5 inches. That's cool. His weapon skill is 2+. Ballistic skill 3+. That's a bit better. Yeah, 2+ weapon skill. Yeah, man. Strength. Okay, this depends on his wounds as well. So 7 to 12 wounds, his strength is 8. 4 to 6, his strength is 7. And 1 to 3, his strength is 6. Toughness 6. Wounds, he has 12. The amount of attacks he does are 7, 6 and 5 respectively in those wound brackets. But it's not just defense. Oh no, Mr. Swarmlord brings the pain in combat as well, with a base of strength of 8. 7 attacks, hitting on 2+ with an AP value of -3 and D6 damage a pop. The Swarmlord can lay low even Titanic units in a single round of combat. Truly a fierce adversary. However, his ability that I have found to be the most useful is Hive Commander, which allows a friendly unit to move in the shooting phase. This is incredibly powerful for the sudden added mobility for Hormagaunts with their blisteringly quick movement of 8 inches. Sweet. This means a potential of 16 inches move before attempting a charge, or he could simply use it on himself and move up to 18 inches. That's just one combo out of dozens too. Now this is more like it. This is, yeah, like in my Tyranids again. Looks like I'll be blowing the dust off of those babies. Gene Stealers, who are the iconic Tyranid unit in my eyes, probably a lot of people as well, probably due to Space Hulking and things of that ilk, are absolutely lethal. Not only are they incredibly fast with an 8-inch move themselves, they can also charge after advancing. With their shiny new 5+ invulnerable save, they're also hardy, and I often cast Catalyst on them too, because I'm a mean man. This is great. Just what we need. But I want to come to the Synapse, this is what really... Synapse is what has always crippled them in my eyes. Well, unnecessarily so as well. But I'm sure we'll get to that in due course. Anyway, but to really crank the power up to 11 with Gene Stealers, take them in units of 10 or more to trigger their Flurry of Claws special rule, bumping them up to 4 attacks each. Combo this with the Broodlord, who is also utterly deadly in melee, to also give them a +1 to hit in the fight phase. That means a full unit of 20 has 80 attacks, hitting on a 2+ with their Rending Claws, which bump up to AP -4 on a 6 to wound. Very few units in the game can withstand a full strength Gene Stealer charge. Thank you. There's so much to be happy about as a Tyranid player. It is hard to cover it all, but we have a few more tidbits for you to all before we close this article. Come on, where is it? For one, due to the changes in the way damage works, medium-sized Tyranids are much more enjoyable to play. A Tyranid warrior with 3 wounds and a toughness value of 4 is so much more durable than he was that it's incredible. I've been using them as midfield Synapse providers who are both good with close range shooting and in melee. And Synapse, aha! What type of benefit does that provide? Nothing less than immunity to morale for friendly Tyranids units within range. Bring on the hordes of little Gribblies. Hey, that's cool. And lastly, just because I can't help myself, I think Pyrovores may be one of the most improved units in the new edition, and a unit of them in a Tyrannocyte has won me many a game. Probably of Umgarl. So Synapse now gives you immunity to the morale rolls for friendly units within range. That's better. It's a plus, not a handicap. Well, in so much as everybody takes morale tests now, so yeah, Synapse is a plus. Synapse is okay. Because I hated Synapse before. It was just rubbish. So, Tyranids, which are my army, my go-to army, the one that I like the look of. They're my most aesthetically pleasing army to look upon, especially on the tabletop. I just look at them and think, wow, monsters in space. Can you get any better than that? For me, it doesn't. Now, provided... You see, this is the thing. Everybody who's got their own, their faction, and they read these faction focus updates, they think, yeah, I've been really buffed. Yes, that's cool. But we've got to take it in... in relation to the other buffs that are happening out there, to the other factions. That sounds amazing, absolutely amazing for Tyranids, but is it going to compete with the other factions and their buffs that they're getting? I don't know. I am liking the sound of it. I'm really liking the sound of it. And I don't think... See, let's be honest. GW aren't going to come up with a load of stuff and updates that are going to highlight how bad a unit performs, are they? I mean, I can't see that, can you? So, yeah, for me, it's going to be a case of we'll wait and see on that one, you know. So yeah, jury's out on that one a bit, but that goes for all of them. I can't help but be impressed by what I've read there. For me, that's like yes, because my Tyranids are sounding good again. They should be one of the most feared armies in the game. They should. If there's any imbalance to be had in this game, and I accept that you should have imbalance. I think it should. Every war game shouldn't be perfectly balanced. Should have imbalance. Then Tyranids are the ones to imbalance it. They should be the ones. Just my thoughts. Anyway, thank you for watching, guys. This has been an awesome one to do because I wanted to do that. I've just not had the time to do it. It's actually late at night now I'm doing this, and yeah, so I haven't quite got the energy level that I would have had in the day probably, but yeah, it is what it is, and sometimes life gets in the way of things. But thank you for watching. All brushes lead to war. I will see you on the next video, and bye for now. Bye bye.